It's the 118th North-South Amateur Championship at Pinehurst Country Club in Pinehurst, North Carolina. We started with over 90 players, and now we are down to just 2 to decide a champion. Calling today's action, your host, John Daly.
And hi everyone, we are on the legendary Pinehurst number 2, one of the greatest golf courses in the world, and this year's North and South Amateur is underway. Who's leading? Ben Schlottman is leading Mitchell Meissner. He's 4 up. They are now on the 8th hole. We're going to get to the action really soon. This amateur golf event. We want to take a look now at this event so you get a better idea of what South Amateur is all alike. Let's roll that. This amateur event has a prestigious history, as prestigious as the course it's played on. Look at the names who played here before they were names. Jack, Arnie, Davis Love III, Pavin, Deirdrickson, Suggs, and Pressel. Many of these players either launch pro or collegiate careers here. You win or play good here, you will probably see yourself on a Walker Cup team, Curtis Cup, or a World Cup amateur. The North-South goes way back. It is the longest consecutive running amateur golf event. The U.S. Open is older, but was interrupted by 2 years during World War I and 4 years by World War II. The North-South has been around since 1901. The idea was to promote this new upstart resort that was only 5 years old. It was also created, as the name shows, to foster good relations between America's 2 geographic regions, which only a generation before had torn the country apart in civil war. May the North-South Amateur and its American roots live on for centuries more. All right, let me bring in my golf analyst now, he knows the course very well. Jack Sodema has been in the PGA for 25 years. He is also a caddy here at Pinehurst. Jack, welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for joining us.
It's great to be here.
So what have you been seeing so far? We've seen the first 7 to 8 holes. What are you seeing so far from these two guys?
Well, I see that Ben Schlottman's playing the golf course exactly how you're supposed to. You hit the middle of the greens, you putt out towards the edges. The putts he has to make. It looks like Meissner's a little nervous. He's been missing his 5 and 6 footers. So he's down now, four down. And he's missed the green here on 8. He's in a tough little spot.
It means there's only about 10 holes left. So, all right, let's go back, take a look at the action here. We're going to start moving up towards the green here, seeing what's going on. And Jack, talk about this 8th hole here.
Well, the 8th hole, for the normal players, when they come here, it's going to play as a par 5. For these players, it's playing as a par 4. It played as a par 4 in all the U.S. Opens here. Meissner just chipped it over the green here again, so now he's really put himself in a tough spot. It's a green where you cannot miss long, and left is not a great miss. Your miss here is short right. Schlottman's right in the middle of the green. He's got a good look at a easy 2-putt here, and Meissner's going to have to hit a great shot to put a little pressure on him.
So not only is Schlottman hitting greens, when he's not hitting greens, he's making save putts. So
yes.
On the first hole, he had a bomb birdie putt that actually got him 1 up, and then a great save on number 2 when Meissner did not convert his up and down on number 2, and that's where we've been for a while until the last couple of holes here, and it's been almost the exact same thing.
Again, it's such a difficult golf course. If you miss greens, you know you're going to have troubles, but you have to make your 6, 7, 8 footers if you're going to do well on Pinehurst number 2. And
so he pushed that one just a little bit to the right.
Yeah, Schlottman's been making his, and Meissner's been missing his.
Okay, so this putt here for Schlottman, it's a bit downhill.
No, well, yeah, it is actually. It's a little tricky because it looks a little uphill early, but it's actually downhill all the way to the hole. It's going to stay straight and then maybe move a little bit left at the end. There's really, all he's got to do here is hit at the right speed, because all he needs to do is 2-putt to win the hole.
So now we talked about some other holes that there was only like about 20 to 30% places where you can put the pin placement because it's so domed. How about this one?
This green has, 35 to 40% of the green is usable for a pin placement. But the tricky part is that it does the opposite of what it looks like, which is one of the hardest things about number 2.
Here's the putt.
Yep. Again, looks like he hit at the right speed. It's a gimme.
He's going to concede. So now Meissner's got a long putt just to try to save the hole here.
Well, I think the hole's over. No, he missed it.
So that's now 5 up.
Yep.
Ben Schlottman is now 5 up.
5 up going to the 9th hole. That's a tall order.
We are going to number 9. I just want to make sure with our crew here that we stay with you guys so we keep it. We're going to move over here in this direction here. So we can keep close here. And again, this technology that we're using here is using Wi-Fi. And that's what's so cool about us being able to go live here just using the regular Wi-Fi signal. And again, this is something through LCA advertising that you can use as well. We can easily set this up for you, whether it's for your business. Could also be for a family event, something like that. And so we'll definitely be showing you the technology here in addition to this incredible golf tournament. This is the 118th North and South. And Jack, talk really quickly, what the significance of this, because it's an amateur event, and granted, there aren't great crowds, but this has such incredible history.
It really does. You see the names on the board of the team, of the people who've won this. Nicholas, Sutton, you know, great players who have gone on to professional careers, and it's just kind of been a springboard for them. And it's obviously, as within the last few years, they've moved it back to playing all the rounds on number 2, which has made it much more prestigious, which has brought better players. I think also with the amateur coming back next year, that you're going to get even a better field, because they're trying to play the golf courses before they come back for the amateur next year.
Yeah. Amateur in 2019. U.S. Amateur is going to be here, absolutely. Okay, we're on the 9th hole. This is par 3. And again, the par 3s are not easy on Pinehurst number 2.
No, they're not. One of the neatest features of number 2 in the par 3s is that Donald, and it shows Donald Ross's genius, is that every par 3 is facing a different direction, so that each par 3 you're hitting into a different breeze. One faces east-west, one faces north, you know, and so on. This pin right here, the right pin, is the hole-in-one pin. You really want to be out to the left and let the ball feed to the hole. Schlottman's really in the driver's seat. You can just try to hit greens, and maybe mine's going to do something that it's just not a golf course you can be aggressive on.
Well, Meissner went out and got birdies yesterday, but he's going to need a whole boatload of birdies if he's going to do anything here. Again, here's Ben Schlottman. He's from Auburn University. He is 5 up. We are on the 9th hole. And I'm John Daly, and we're here with Jack Sodema, our analyst here, a caddy here at Pinehurst, and we're giving you play-by-play. This is really getting to nuts and bolts time here, Jack, I would say.
Yes, it is. It's going to be a lot of pressure on Meissner to hit a good shot here.
A little heavy?
Well, it looks like he hit it pretty good. He pulled it left. If it stays up on top, it's going to be a tough shot. It's going to be a tough putt down that hill. Even harder just to keep it on the green with this next one. But it did open the door for Meissner to hit it, to get in there close and maybe pick up, get a hole back.
It's a good swing.
Yep, that's going right at it. It's got to be the right distance. Nope, it's short. He's in the bunker.
Short in the bunker.
On the left.
On the left.
The waist bunker.
Okay. Talk about, he's going to be in the waste bunker. Talk about the waste bunkers here, since Crenshaw and Core actually redid everything back about 8 or 9 years ago, and we've seen it in the U.S. Open. When you come to play here, you can actually ground your club in that waste bunker. Talk about that.
That's correct. Mr. Crenshaw, when he redesigned this golf course, they designed the bunkers for the U.S. Open, not for the average player. So every bunker is inconsistent by design. So one of the things that he insisted upon was the amateurs being able to take practice swings in the bunkers, because otherwise the golf course would be almost too hard for them to play and it would slow up play. So that's why we do allow all the amateurs to take practice swings and ground their club, even the amateurs in this tournament.
Now, when the U.S. Open comes back here in 2024, will pros be able to do that?
I don't believe so. In the last Open, all the groups had a rules official walking with them to define the hazards, to define the bunkers, so that they would know if they were in a bunker or in a waste area. And there were still waste areas, but if it looks like a bunker, then it was in the bunker. They played as a bunker shot, and they were not able to ground their club.
Well, I think we saw that in was it the PGA or U.S. Open up in Whistling Straits with
yes, that's
DJ
correct.
A few years ago, and he got penalized, and we didn't even realize it. And he was, and actually, it might have prevented him from winning a major tournament.
It did, and it was an unfortunate error that bunker was supposed to have a blue stake next to it that was knocked down by a spectator. And so there was no blue stake next to the bunker. They're basically showing it that it was a waste bunker, and that was unfortunate for DJ. And you know, it's a great redemption for him to be playing so well right now, and I really enjoy watching him. So I have a newfound respect for DJ. As I caddied for Wayne Gretzky, his future father-in-law, this winter.
Wow.
And to hear Wayne talk about DJ is pretty special. I enjoyed it. It made me have a newfound respect for Dustin.
Wow, nice. Again, we're talking to Jack Sotomayor. He's a caddy here at Pinehurst, and you can actually have Jack if you come here to play here at Pinehurst. Okay, we were just seeing Meissner actually taking his
practice
swings. He was actually chipping, taking a divot as a practice swing here, and that's what we were talking about before. Okay, is there an advantage here?
Well, you know, I think that there really isn't an advantage, because Schlottman's putt is so difficult. Here, for him to just keep this on the green is going to be a heck of a lag putt, because once it gets past that slope, there's not much that's going to stop it. So, truth is, if I was one of these players, I think I would rather be Meissner in the bunker than I would rather have this putt. It's a long downhiller. As you can see, Schlottman's on the green, but he's away. He's further away from the hole. But he has the luxury here to just kind of lag it down there and make Meissner hit a shot.
Oh. Ball's not even halfway there, and he's yelling sit.
Yeah, that's about as good as he's going to hit it. That's a good putt. Keeping it on the green there is excellent.
There's Ben Schlottman again. He is 5 up. We are on hole number 9 here on Pinehurst number 2. Mitch Meissner will be getting ready to hit. He's, I don't know what he's doing there. He's surveying things. I don't know if he's...
It looks like he's got a bit of a fried egg lie. So it's going to be pretty difficult. He's just going to have to hit a little chunk and run out of here. He's not going to be able to put a lot of spin on this.
So he might have to close down that club face and just let it run with some topspin, which is what he did. That's actually not a bad shot. The fact he got it right there.
He had a pretty good shot. Now he's probably going to be putting first again. He's not.
Wow.
He's difficult. He's not happy with that one.
Little frustration there for Mitch Meissner, needless to say. And Meissner coasted yesterday. He won 3-2 in his semifinal.
looks like he actually hit it through the green, so it did roll off the other side.
And it did go off the green.
Yeah, that's again that pin location coming from that side is very difficult.
Wow. So he's now chipping for par here.
Yeah.
And we can't see real closely how good Ben's putt is, but we're assuming he's probably got about a 3 or 4 footer.
A little bit more than that. He's going to be about a 6 footer, but it's the putt that you want. It's an uphill putt that doesn't really move very much. And he's hitting. Now he didn't.
I don't think he got it up there.
He might have to hit another one from the same spot.
Is that coming back at him?
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, came right back to him. Wow.
Yeah. And that's the difficulty.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pinehurst number 2. That is what you're going to get when you come to play here. And if you get a chance to play Pinehurst number 2, take it. Make sure you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Meissner's next chip. Let's see how close he gets here. He's going to roll it past.
Chip. It's going to be a difficult putt.
All right, now.
And it's a conceded. They both conceded their putts. So now Schlottman goes 6 up, going to the 10th tee box.
All right, we are now 6 up, going on to number 10.
Yeah.
And number 10 is no easy par 4.
I'm looking at going to be playing it from 617. So 617 yards. In 99, 2 players were able to hit it pin high here in 2. John Daly.
Not this
one. And Tiger Woods. In 05, 20% of the field could hit it pin high here in 2. And in 2014, over half the field hit it pin high here in 2. From 617 yards. It just shows you the difference the technology is making in this game.
Golf clubs, balls, absolutely, yeah.
Well, you know, I actually caddied for Chip Beck last year. And
Chip Beck, one of my favorite golfers.
He's a great guy, great person. Talks. He's so personable.
And a great teacher of the game as well.
Yes, exactly. One of the things that I asked him was about the technology and what the difference was, because he hit some shots where they went farther now than they did when he was in his 20s playing here. And he said, well, the big difference was that when we played here before, after the round we went to the bar, and now we go to the gym.
And Chip's still in great shape, by the way,
He
too.
is,
I mean,
absolutely.
Mr. 59 is, I actually played with him at Fuzzy's celebrity golf event, and Chip was paired with me. He actually gave me an on-course lesson.
That's
he was
great.
Actually tuned out my game because I had a little kick in my game. We are here at the, if you're just joining us, we're coming to you live from Pinehurst number 2. And we are in North Carolina here at Pinehurst Resort. I'm John Daly, along with Jack Sodoma. We are watching Mitch Meissner of Rice and Ben Schlottman from Auburn. They're battling it out for the North-South Amateur Championship. This is the 118th version of it. And right now, Ben Schlottman is in the driver's seat. He is up 6 as we are here on the 10th hole, and we are on. This is really one of the great holes, I think, of Pinehurst, because it's brutal. Like, for instance, me, I'm a 6'7" handicap or so. For me to get a par in this hole, I've really got to hit 2 incredible shots.
You really do. You have to hit 2, and even as we say, the golfers doesn't start until you get to 100 yards from the green anyway.
It's true.
But here you're adding those 2. You have to hit 2 good, shots to get to an approach that you can hit to give yourself even a 2-putt. One of the things that I saw this week when I was out on the golf course caddying was that a lot of these players weren't hitting driver because they were trying to stay away from the right mound that pinches in up by their through their drive.
So you're talking this area right here.
Yes, so they were trying to hit it to the fat part of the fairway as opposed to getting it out where it narrows.
But even here, you're hitting it to the fat part. You're still a good 200 yards away. Right?
Well, actually, if you hit it even with this mound, you have 315 yards to the
So this is playing as a par 5.
Yes, sir. It's a 617-yard par 5.
See, I'm so used. I can play 550-yard par 4s, Jack. That's why I was saying that. What's amazing is, we touched on this before, they've actually changed a number of the holes that are have gone to par 4s, par 5s.
That's correct.
Just because of different reasons for different tournaments, and so you've seen some different things here. But this is really one of the holes that you've got to be, as Donald Ross said, you got to be strategic.
Yes,
you've got to figure out what you're going to do here. Now, what we're seeing now is somebody supposedly in the left waist area, but I'm not figuring out who it is. We couldn't see the tee shots because it was kind of blind shots there.
It looks like Schlottman's in the fairway. I don't think that they saw exactly where Meissner's ball went. It looks like they're looking over here on the right side in the waist. Again, I think that Schlottman's consistent play is definitely putting pressure on Meissner to hit some shots here that he probably normally wouldn't try to hit.
Yeah, there you see Meissner heading into the waist area there. Talk about the waist area as far as how it has changed Pinehurst, and especially the game for the amateurs as well.
Well, I think that the neat thing about the waist area is that you truly have a 50-50 chance. If you get in the waist, you could have absolutely no shot.
Yeah.
And truth is that if you're behind a plant and can get a club on it, then you have a shot. But if you get in front of a plant, that's when you're really out of luck.
Yeah. Or you're in a plant.
Well, in a plant, actually, the plants are actually pliable to the point where you can hit a shot through a plant. But if you're in front of a plant and can't get your club to the ball, that's when you're really in trouble. And it looks like he's in a little bit of a tangle here. What will happen when he hits the shot is the plant will grab the shaft and close the club face.
Yeah.
And therefore you won't be able to get the ball up in the air quick enough, which just happened to Meissner here.
So I think he's still hitting.
Yep, he's still right. Again, you can start to see the frustration here.
Yeah.
He's been on a good run. He's not used to not playing well.
I mean, 10 days ago, he actually won the Texas Open with an incredible finish. So he's been hot lately. He's going to be turning pro in September, and he's just had a tough day today. Okay, here's Ben Schlottman. What do you think he's doing here? He seems like he's got an iron.
I think he's just going to try to lay up either just to the right of that second bunker on the left, or he's going to try to hit it over it. He's hit it so far now. Yep, he's going over it.
And that's just really consistent. That's his
good, safe play. And again, that's all he really needs to do.
Second shot. How far out do you think he is? For about 100?
Probably about 100, 110-ish, right there. Again, now he's forcing Meissner's hand here.
Yeah.
That Meissner's going to have to go for it.
Yeah.
Especially now that he's hitting his fourth shot onto the green.
And getting to this green in 2, even though he's hitting 4.
It's doable. These guys hit it so far. There is a run-up. Now there's bunkers on either side of the run-up.
He hit that one pretty good.
He's going to have to hit it perfect. And he didn't, so that ball's going to be just right. It might be in the bunker. It might be just a little bit short.
Okay, and that will be his 5th shot.
Yes. You can see that, again, it's all about out here in match play. You want to play the golf course, but it's also you have to. Yeah, you can't forget about that other guy, the guy who's in the match with you. That you have to play off what he does now. With Meissner struggling in the waist area there, it really just allowed Schlottman to go and play this hole for a par.
Yeah.
basically, because even if Meissner hits a great shot here, the best he can do is make bogey. And it's it's going to be a tall order, especially if you go down 7 with 8 holes to play.
And Mitch Meissner is down 6 right now, and again, we're on number 10 here. We're at Pinehurst number 2. This is the 118th annual North-South Amateur. And we are coming to you from Pinehurst Resort in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Jack Sodom is with me. Jack is a caddy here at Pinehurst, and we're enjoying a great little walk. Even though they're talking about extreme temperatures, it's actually really pleasant right here.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You get a little breeze, which is kind of rare in the summertime here. So when you really need the breeze, it doesn't really happen. But it's definitely a joy. It's one of those ones that you, on a day like today, this afternoon, you'll be walking around looking for the shade.
Yeah, that'll be happening this afternoon when I play Pinehurst number 2. Folks, just real quick here, we are on a live streaming technology. It's coming to you from the Facebook page of Pinehurst Resorts. We actually have a lot of stuff planned for you, but with a 6-up score here, we're going to try to get some other things in there. So I'm gonna talk to our chief here, Kim, just to see if there's any pieces she would like us to roll at some point coming up here. So we're now coming up to the green on this par 5 hole, one of the great holes, maybe not only the greatest hole here at Pinehurst in my imagination, but I think also really just one of the great holes that they'll play, and it certainly had a lot to do with a lot of the U.S. Opens I've seen recently. So he seems like he's less than 100 here.
Yeah, he is. He's probably right about 75 to the flag.
And what's he got to do here?
Truth is, he's probably not even paying attention to the flag at all. He's looking right at that tree, just to the left of the flag, and all he's trying to do here is get it on the green and 2-putt. Meissner's giving him the luxury. Now that was not a good shot. Yeah, that's gonna slip into the bunker now. He's just let Meissner back in the hole.
Wow,
that's a tough. That happens a little bit when you start to relax.
We can't see Meissner lie.
Well, again, being in the waste bunker, there's nothing that's going to surprise them, because they can take their practice swing, see what's underneath. The only thing that's going to be bad here is if they have a plugged lie, but with both them kind of both rolling into the bunker, they should have good lies in there.
This is his 5th shot.
No, so back to him. And he's trying to be. He doesn't have the luxury of being safe. He's got to go for it. He's got to go for everything now.
So he lies 5. Ben is lying 3.
Yep.
And again, Pinehurst number 10. Pinehurst,
course number 2.
Yep. Hole number 10. This is what you're going to see. This is what a lot of people, amateurs who are not these great amateurs, will also have to experience.
Well, this is why they play U.S. Opens here. On your golf course at home, you can hit a marginal shot and still be okay. At Pinehurst, you can't hit that marginal shot and be okay. You're going to hit a marginal shot, and number 2 is going to punish you for it.
Well, now that just looked like a safe shot, just to get it on there, right?
That's exactly. And he had that luxury, because now he's sitting 4, putting for par, and Meissner's
6 shot,
hitting his shot for bogey. He's going to probably give him that for double, because he can lag 2-putt and be up 7.
So if he makes that, or if he has conceded that, then Ben has got 2 putts to win the hole and go 7 up. 7 up with 8 to play.
Yeah.
So while they're getting ready, I'm going to talk to our booth here. Are there any pieces we would like to roll that we have prepared at some point, guys? Okay.
This putt here, it looks a little downhill, but it's really a little more level than it looks. He's going to hit this a little short of level. It's going to move a little bit from left to right.
So it could go towards that bunker.
Yes. Okay. Not a lot, but a little bit. He's probably just outside the hole, maybe half a ball or a ball. It's mostly about speed for Schlottman right now. You know, if he gets down there and gives himself gimmies,
That's it.
And that's it.
So he now goes up 7, and we are now going to the 11th hole. Talk about the mentality going in here, because Schlottman was kind of playing with house money. You were talking about that before.
Well, Ben was the last player in. He won a 9-player for 6 spots playoff. And in my opinion, he's out here playing with the house's money.
And he's taking advantage of it. That's for sure.
He sure is. It's easy to be the underdog.
Talk about also, because he had 2 grueling matches yesterday, whereas Meissner did not. And to be honest with you, I thought that might had an effect that might have given Meissner a little bit of an advantage, but obviously not.
Well, these guys are young. They're in good shape. They work hard. I was caddying for some young men this week, and one of the things that they said is, I said, well, they're college kids, they're not going to get up, and they said, oh no, we're used to getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do our workout before we go to school, before we have practice.
It's called college boot camp.
That's right, and that's exactly what it is.
Well, if you're going to make a career playing golf, and you've got to realize that the difference between the guys who are on the tour and the guys who don't make the tour is minuscule.
It really is. There's a lot of good golfers, but the golfers that make it on tour are elite. They do things that you can't even imagine happen. And it's neat to see it up close. One of the neatest things about...
Okay, we are now on the 11th hole. And again,
it looks like that one's down the left center. It may have just trickled into the waist. It's a good angle from over there, but
that was Ben Schlottman's.
That was Ben Schlottman's drive.
All right, again, he is 7 up. Meissner's now coming up. 11th hole. This is another great iconic hole that says Pinehurst number 2. Talk about it briefly.
Well, number 11 is a par 4, little dog-like right. This is one of the holes that the old caddies talk about as when Ben Hogan won his first PGA Tour event, it was at Pinehurst in the North-South Open.
Yeah, the North-South Open, which is the professional event.
Yes, exactly. And one of the neat things is that they say that Hogan birdied this hole every time he played it that week.
Wow.
Which is, you figure if he played practice rounds and a tournament, they say he birdied it something that's like 7 times in a row here, and I don't think I've ever parred a hole 7 times in a row.
And you're a PGA professional as well.
And I'm a fairly good golfer.
Well, talk about the drive here, because this is a little bit of a blind shot the way Donald Ross set this up. You really don't see the landing area from the tee box, right?
No, you don't. And the landing area looks very narrow. And is even narrower than it looks, because everything that gets on that left side funnels into the left fairway bunker, waist bunker, and that is a very difficult shot to get to the green for your next one, especially, again, this is going to be another one of those pins. The pin is all the way back left. It's going to be one of those pins that they're not going to pay much attention to.
Yeah. But again, you've got a bunker or 2 bunkers right in front of it.
2 bunkers right in front of it, tucked around. But one of the neat things in the design about this hole is is that everything when it gets on the green is going to slide towards that flag. Okay, even though when you look at it from the fairway, it looks different. Mm-hmm. But one of the neat things about number 2 and what makes number 2 so difficult is that this golf course wasn't built up. It was laid on top of a piece of property.
Right.
And that's why you come here and you see breaks that aren't there, and you see, and there are breaks that are there that you don't see. And it's one of the neat things is that the 11th green, everything slopes towards Morganton Road, which is down over to the left. But really, what the rule is that if you know where the clubhouse is, it'll help you figure out where the putts are going to break and what's going to happen here.
Well, and again, that's the reason you play Pinehurst.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those golf courses where the first time you play it, it eats your lunch.
Yeah.
But you get done and you say, wow, I can get that one next time. But the truth is you never get number 2. It always gets you.
Well, and until you understand that you hit the center of the green no matter where the pin is.
That's right.
And that's if you're an amateur, you got to do that. Is that a tough thing for you to, when you got an amateur and you're caddying for them, is that a tough thing to get into their heads, or do they usually pick it up after a while?
It really is. And it's one of the things that we as caddies here do is that we're trying to get the players to hit shots where they'll be safe. And players aren't used to that. They want to hit pins, they want to hit shots. And you're trying to convince them to hit shots, and the people that listen, they do great here, they enjoy themselves. But again, some of the people come here and they're here to get their teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
Yeah, and sometimes that's the joy of playing golf at Pinehurst number 2. If you got the crap kicked out of you on Pinehurst number 2, you're still a man.
Yeah, so. That's right. Well, I mean, we get single-digit handicaps that come here and shoot 90.
Yeah.
Because that's how this golf course is. I mean, what a great example is yesterday you see John Smoltz, who's a great golfer.
Absolutely.
A great player. And he shot 15 over at the U.S. Senior Open.
Yeah.
And he said he hit 3 bad shots.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
All right, so we are here on number 11 at Pinehurst number 2. This is the 118th North-South Amateur. And right now we got a little bit of a runaway here. Ben Schlottman is now 7 up here on the 11th hole. He is in the waste bunker. This is the second shot on the 11th hole.
7 up with 8 to play. It's going to be a tall order from Mr. Meissner to come back. I think at this point, Mitchell's just going to try to make it respectable. He wants to play it 1 hole at a time. Now, Mitchell's hit it out to the left far enough that I think he does have a good shot. With that lead,
and also,
trying to do is hit a little green.
If you catch the right hard pan though, there, I mean, it could be a decent lie, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Looks like he hit that one pretty good.
Now he did, but he pulled it left. It's going to be in the bunker. Again,
that is in the bunker.
Yes, I think it is. It's in the bunker. That's it. Now he's had an open door, and now he's pulled it back even with Ben, so that now they both have the equal amount of opportunity to make par here. All Ben has to do now is to just make pars, have holes.
And that's it. The champ of the 118th North and South Men's Amateur. We're coming to you from Pinehurst. We are on the Pinehurst Resort Facebook page. You're watching us. We're using this new technology, live streaming technology, with LCA Advertising production out of Newburgh. Kim Breel is at the helm here, helping us get this going. So, and I know we've got a lot of other pieces that we had produced for you. So we'd like to actually roll some of them. Kim, what do we have there that I can lead into here? Yeah. All right. Well, we've talked to the director of tournaments here. His name is Brian Fahey, and he told us a kind of an interesting tidbit about the greens here. Let's roll this and listen. Are people going to be putting off greens?
That always happens at course number 2. We get a couple greens visited in regulation is kind of our statistic here. Not necessarily greens in regulation, but GVRs, greens visited in regulation. You might see some of those tomorrow as well. But yeah, the pins are certainly going to be challenging. They're US Open style pins on a US Open golf course, so I would not be surprised if you see some balls rolling off some greens tomorrow.
All right, and we are back here live. I have never heard that term before.
No, it's the time-honored tradition of the GVR, the green visited in regulation.
That is a great, and I've played here for many, many years and have never heard that.
Well, it's something that's probably a good thing that you've never heard that, because it's never happened to you then.
Well, that's true. That's true. I will tell you, I did have one great putting round here. All right, so Ben Schlottman, he is now 7 up. We're on the 11th hole. This is his 3rd shot to the par 4 11th.
All he's looking to do here is hit it right to the middle of the green. He's not seeing that pin at all. Now that's a good shot. He sat down nicely for him. That's a good shot.
So he's got a par putt. Yeah. If he sinks that, that would be so emblematic of his round today. On the first, I'd say the first 4 holes, he had a bomb putt on number 1 for a birdie that put him ahead. He had a saving putt from about 4 or 5 feet on number 2, another one on number 4. And, you know, we talk about, you know, especially U.S. Opens. I noticed this last week when Brooks Koepka was sinking 4 and 5 foot putts on the front 9 to save par, and I turned to my wife and I go, Brooks Koepka is going to win this tournament. And I think that has a lot to do, especially when you're on courses like this.
That's exactly it. On a golf course like this, you need to make your 8-10 footers. If you don't make them, then you're not going to do well here.
So, as a golf pro and a caddy, your advice would be, if you want to improve your game, go out and practice your chipping and putting for an hour a day.
Yep. Well, the way that I look at practice is the thing that you do the most is putt.
Absolutely.
So shouldn't you spend the most time practicing that?
If you're having 30 putts around, you're not hitting the driver 30 times.
No, that's correct. So
I actually, one of the great stories I tell people is when I did the show Real TV, for about 4 or 5 summers, I couldn't work because I was under contract. So I had to play golf when we had hiatus on the show. And I had a pro tell me that exact same thing. I practiced my chipping and putting. I went from like a 16, 17 handicap down to a 4 or 5. And when I came out here at Pinehurst number 2, and my putting was really good, I never putted. And I was so proud of that. And once you get the speed, to me, and talk about that, the speed is really the key, right?
The speed is the key. And really the truth, you want to trust the person who's giving you the read. And we come around here, I've been around this golf course in 7 years, I've been around this golf course probably 16 to 1,700 times. And if you try to read all these putts, you're not going to get it. It's the thing that the old caddies tell you is you can't read these greens. You have to learn what they do. So
it's called job security for caddies.
Well, that's the truth. And the truth is, what I do mostly is I barely look at putts, because when I look, I get confused.
All right, this is for
a par to go 8 up.
He's 8 up now. That is it. Is becoming a steamroller. Ben Schlottman is now 8 up.
So it's 7 holes to go. That's it.
It's 7 holes to go, ladies and gentlemen. That is your winner of the 118th North-South Amateur Men's. Wow, what a shellacking here. And we are going to stay here. We're going to try to get an interview with Ben Schlottman right away. Let's actually move up towards the green here. And boy, I mean, I going into this round, I really thought Meissner might have had the advantage going in here, but it just shows you what not only what amateur golf does, what a course like Pinehurst number 2 does.
Golf is a day-by-day event. You know, the minute you think you got it, that's when you're in your biggest trouble. Because that's when it jumps up and gets you.
Yeah.
but
So, and that's the humble humility nature of golf was in fine stead today. The other great thing is that these guys competing against each other. Mitch Meissner having a tough day today, still a gentleman. These guys were talking to each other, and if you think about it, this is the way golf is. This is what golf is all about here.
Yes.
When you see these amateurs, we don't have millions here, but this is what golf is all about. This is why you bring your kids out to play golf.
Well, gentlemen, they're gentlemen, and that's what golf is about.
Hopefully,
rare that you see a bad kid playing golf.
Yeah, that's true.
You never hear a kid who spends all those days at the golf course getting in trouble. So it's if you have a chance to get your kids out there to play golf, get them out there.
All right, what we're going to do is we're going to hopefully get a chance to talk to Ben Schlottman. I think if we can, and Kim, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move closer to the green so we can grab Ben. And what I'll do, and Jack, stay with me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my microphone because we don't have a second mic that I want to, and I don't want to have to hook him up. So this way we can get him right away and go live to all you folks here. You can actually hear from Ben Schlottman, who is now the 118th champion, or he's the champion of the 118th North and South. I don't think he's the 118th champion because we know there's been a lot of repeats. So we're still doing that. And let's see if we can get Ben over here.
Thank you, Tom.
Hey, thanks a lot, AJ.
No problem.
And we are here. Let's move over. Jack, move over here. Okay. Do we have the shot?
Well, we could do it.
Okay, I'm going to get ready to go with the interview.
We could do it here. We could do it everywhere.
Okay, Ben, congratulations.
Thank you.
What a great match. My God.
Yeah.
Say hello to Jack Soderman here. He's a caddy here. He did the analyzing with us, and boy, I mean, to me, it was those first two putts on those first two holes that might have set the tenor for it, right?
Yeah. So got some good match play experience at NCAA's this year, and I just know how important putting is, and I'm a really good putter and very confident, so I knew if I could make some putts early, it'd put a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, Jack, you were saying the same thing too.
Yes, absolutely. That's the thing about number two. You make those 8 to 10 footers, and that's what you did early. Mm-hmm. You put the pressure on him making that long putt on number one. You can't do anything about that as an opponent, but that was a great way to get your confidence going.
Yeah, thanks.
And then once you got towards the like 8th and 9th hole, you were playing safe. You were hitting fairways. You were trying to hit in the middle of the green. Although you did hit a couple of the waist bunkers though too.
Yeah. I was just trying to get the ball in the fairway, get the ball in the middle of the green. He was struggling a little with his ball striking, so I knew if I could just give myself looks where he knows I'm pretty much in with par and force him to do something, then it would hopefully work out quicker in my favor, which it did.
Well, do you realize how hot he was coming into this event? I mean, he had won the Texas Open, Texas Amateur about 10 days ago, and he won something else. So he was like on a roll. You really stopped somebody who was steamrolling.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, past results don't affect what happens in the future at all. It's just whoever shows up that day and wants it the most in match play, in my opinion.
Yeah, you guys are pretty friendly out there. You were talking, not a whole lot, but you were talking.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't get it when people aren't like that. Like, we're out here having fun competing. If you're not having fun, then why would you play golf? It's a game. You're meant to have fun. I mean, it's meant to be stressful, but you're meant to have fun in the end. So it was really nice and relaxing. And, I mean, Mitch was a great guy. I had a lot of fun with him today.
Well, that's great. You guys are the epitome of what golf should be. What's next for you?
So I'm going to Transmiss here in a week. Well, first off, I'm taking a week off. That'll be nice. And then going to Transmiss in 2 weeks, Porter Cup, Western Am, and Canadian Am.
Okay, what's the future as far as you maybe turning pro?
Yeah, so I'm going to turn pro after the USAM this fall.
Very good. Well, we wish you the best, and congratulations on an absolutely astounding performance today. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, there you go.
Congratulations.
Ben Schlottman, he is the champion of the 118th North and South, and we can wrap it up here in a little bit. We're here with Jack Soderman. Jack is caddy here, and how do you sum this all up?
Well, again, I think that Ben summed it up perfectly. Sometimes in golf, somebody gets hot, and somebody has a bad day. And today, Mitch had a bad day ball striking. He made him put a little extra pressure on him on his middle range putts, and he struggled.
Now, a lot of people would say, well, Pinehurst number 2 won today. Actually, I think Ben did a great job of really working number 2, because he probably played about even par, right?
Yep, that's right around where he was. You know, Ben played the golf course the way you're supposed to play it. You know, you hit it to the middle of the green, you putt towards the edges. That's how it's been played for 100 years, and that's how it'll be played for the next 100.
All right, before we say goodbye to you, talk to folks who want to come out here to play Pinehurst. Can I just call up and get you as my caddy?
Absolutely. You can call when you make your reservation. You know, you want to make sure you take a caddy on number 2. It is a walking golf course. You are allowed to take carts, but it's cart path only, 365 days a year. So take your caddy. Cart can't read the putt for you, and neither can your GPS.
All
so
right.
Enjoy yourselves and just ask for Big Jack or Soda Pop. And
okay, explain the Soda Pop, because your name is Jack Sodoma.
my name is Jack Sodoma. I've been getting called Soda Pop since I was 10 years old. When I came here, guys started calling me Soda Pop, and it just kind of sticks. Everybody remembers Soda Pop.
Well, he's Soda Pop, and then the other thing to remember too is that if we turned his hat up like this, he would be the putter boy, or the Pinehurst putter boy, wouldn't it? Don't you? You look like the Pinehurst putter boy.
I think it looks like I ate the Pinehurst putter boy.
Jack Sodoma. Jack, thank you so much. We appreciate you. This was really great.
Thank you very much.
Great having you here. And again, make sure to check out, if you come out here to play Pinehurst number 2, ask for Jack Sodoma. Jack Soda Pop, by the way. Also, folks, thank you for watching here. We enjoyed bringing this to you. This is a live stream that was produced and directed by LCA Advertising and Productions out of New Bern, North Carolina. Kim and the crew, thank you so much for making this so much more fun. And again, folks, if you're interested in this, we can bring this technology to you, to your business, to your family, whatever you need. It's actually a lot more affordable. Check out LCA Advertising and Production. It is out of New Bern. Folks, thanks for watching. We'll catch you maybe on the next tournament.